Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jai Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Subhadramai, Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिके। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजनाभिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रहे. Hare Krishna, welcome you all this morning class on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Today we are discussing from Canto 2, Chapter 9, verse number 30. Yavat Sakha Sakyuhu Iva Isha Te Kritaha Praja Visarge Vibhajami Bho Janam Aviklavaha Te Parikarmani Sthitaha Ma Me Samunnadha Madaha Aja Maninaha Yavat Sakha Sakyur Iveshate Kritaha Praja Visarge Vibhajami Bhojanam Aviklavaste Parikarmani Sthito Mame Samunnadha Madojamaninaha Yavat Sakha Sakyur Iveshate Kritaha Praja Visarge Vibhajami Bhojanam Aviklavaste Parikarmani Sthito Mame Samunnadha Madojamaninaha Yavat Sakha Sakyuriveshate Kritaha Praja Visarge Vibhajami Bhojanam Aviklavaste Parikarmani Sthito Mame Samunnadha Madojamaninaha. Please recite. Yavat Sakha Sakyuriveshate Kritaha Sakha Sakyuriveshate Kritaha Praja Visarge Vibhajami Bhojanam Aviklavaste Parikarmani Sthito Mame Samunnadha Madojamaninaha Yavat Sakha Sakyuriveshate Kritaha Praja Visarge Vibhajami Bhojanam Aviklavaste Parikarmani Sthito Mame Samunnadha Matajis Yavat Sakha Sakyuriveshate Kritaha Praja Visarge Vibhajami Bhojanam Aviklavaste Parikarmani Sthito Mame Samunnadha Madojamaninaha Yavat Sakha Sakyuriveshate Kritaha Ame Samanat. Word to word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Yavat, as it is, Sakha, friend, Sakhyu, on to the friend, Iva, like that, Isha, O Lord, Te, you, Kritaha, have accepted, Praja, the living entities, Visarge, in the matter of creation, Vibhajami, as I shall do it differently, Bho, O my Lord, Janam, those who are born, Aviklavaha, without being perturbed, Te, your, Parikarmani, in the matter of service, Sthitaha, thus situated, Ma, may it never be, May, unto me, Samunnadha, resulting arise, Madaha, madness, Aja, O unborn one, Maninaha, thus being thought of. Translation. O my Lord, the unborn, you have shaken hands with me just as a friend does with a friend, as if equal in position. I shall be engaged in the creation of different types of living entities, and I shall be occupied in your service. I shall have no perturbation, but I pray that all this may not give rise to pride, as if I were the supreme. Please repeat. O my Lord, the unborn, you have shaken hands with me, just as a friend does with a friend, as if equal in position. I shall be engaged in the creation of different types of living entities, and I shall be occupied in your service. I shall have no perturbation, but I pray that all this may not give rise to pride, as if I were the supreme. Purport. Lord Brahma is definitely situated in the humor of friendship with the Lord. Every living being is eternally related with the personality of Godhead in one of the 5 different transcendental humors, namely Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. We have already discussed these 5 kinds of humors in relationship with the personality of Godhead. It is clearly exhibited herein that Lord Brahma is related to the personality of Godhead in the transcendental humor of friendship. A pure devotee may be related with the Lord in any one of the transcendental humors, even in the humor of parenthood. But the devotee of the Lord is always a transcendental servitor. No one is equal to or greater than the Lord. That is a version of the Bhagavad Gita. Brahmaji, although eternally related with the Lord in the transcendental humor of friendship, and although interested with the most exalted post of creating different grades of living entities, is still conscious of his position, that he is neither the Supreme Lord nor supremely powerful. It is possible that some extremely powerful personality within or without the universe may sometimes show more power than the Lord himself. Still, a pure devotee knows that this power is a vibhuti, delegated by the Lord, and such a delegated powerful living entity is never independent. Sri Hanumanji crossed the Indian Ocean by jumping over the sea, and Lord Sri Ramachandra engaged himself in marching over the bridge. But this does not mean that Hanumanji was more powerful than the Lord. Sometimes the Lord gives extraordinary powers to his devotee, but the devotee knows always that the power belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and that the devotee is only an instrument. The pure devotee is never puffed up like the non-devotee class of men who falsely think that they are God. It is astonishing to see how a person who is being kicked by the loss of the Lord's illusory energy at every step can falsely think of becoming one with the Lord. Such thinking is the last snare of the illusory energy offered to the conditioned soul. The first illusion is that he wants to become the lord of the material world by accumulating wealth and power. But when he is frustrated in that attempt, he wants to be one with the Lord. So both becoming the most powerful man in the material world and desiring to become one with the Lord are different illusory snares. And because the pure devotees of the Lord are surrendered souls, they are above the illusory snares of Maya. Because Lord Brahma is a pure devotee, even though the first dominating deity in the material world and therefore able to do many wonderful things, he would never, like the non-devotee with a poor fund of knowledge, have the audacity to think of becoming one with the Lord. People with a poor fund of knowledge should take lessons from Brahma when they are puffed up with the false notion of becoming God. Factually, Lord Brahma does not create the living entities. In the beginning of the creation, he is empowered to give different bodily shapes to the living entities according to their work during the last millennium. Brahmaji's duty is just to wake the living entities from their slumber and to engage them in their proper duty. The different grades of living entities are not created by Brahmaji by his capricious whims, but he is entrusted with the task of giving the living entities different grades of body so that they can work accordingly. And still he is conscious that he is only instrumental so that he may not think of himself as the supreme powerful Lord. Devotees of the Lord are engaged in the specific duty offered by the Lord, and such duties are successfully carried out without hindrance because they are ordained by the Lord. The credit of success goes not to the doer but to the Lord, but persons with a poor fund of knowledge take the credit of success into their own accounts and give nothing to the credit of the Lord. That is the symptom of the non-devotee class of men. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Vishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvise Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhav Ki Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Hare Krishna. So, in this chapter, Lord Brahma, he was advised by the Lord to do tapasya. And the Lord glorifies the importance of tapasya. Lord Vishnu says that this tapasya is non-different from me. In one of the shlokas above, he says that the penance, the austerities. Because the human form of life is meant to do tapasya, is to do austerity. That's why the first word spoken by the Lord in this creation to the first living entity in this creation is what? Tapa. And 2 times it is written in the shloka. He heard this 2 times. Tapa, tapa. And then Brahma, he performs tapasya. And the Lord is pleased with the tapasya and he gives his darshan to Brahmaji. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 3 things purify the soul. What are those 3 things? What are those 3 things which purify the soul? Yagna, Dana and Tapa. These 3 things purify the soul. Yagna, Dana and Tapa. And in tapasya also Krishna says, what are the different types of tapasya? What are the different types of tapasya? No. Tapasya, austerity of the mind, austerity of the speech and austerity of the body. Manasa, Vacha, Karmana. We do activities with these 3 things. So we have to control these 3 things in such a way that we use these 3 things only for the service of the Lord. That is tapasya. What is tapasya? Tapasya means we are engaging our resources, our whatever we have, the resources, we are engaging not for sense gratification but for Krishna's service. That is tapasya. What else tapasya means? Avoiding sense gratification, right? That's it. So, Brahma had performed tapasya and the Lord was very pleased. He was so pleased that he showed the whole Vaikuntha to Brahma. And there is a description of Vaikuntha. What all happens in Vaikuntha, who all stay there, how beautiful, how glorious, how effulgent is Vaikuntha. Brahma gets the darshan in front of him, the Vaikuntha darshan he gets. And then the Lord orders Brahma that you start the creation. You start the creation. Start making living entities. And in the purport, Prabhupada writes, Brahma is not creating living entities, but Brahma is doing what? Brahma is only offering, he is designing the bodies to particular living entity based on its karma. In the previous kalpa or in the previous millennium, according to their karma, Brahma designs living different bodies to the living entities. Brahma is not creating living entity, but he is creating a body to a living entity. Now, as there is a famous story in Vrindavan, the gopis, they are cursing Brahmaji. Why? Why they are cursing Brahma? Because they are cursing Brahma that these eyelids on the eye, they are flapping, right? Just for a fraction of a second. They are thinking even this fraction of a second we are losing to see Krishna, the beautiful form of Krishna. So they are losing that opportunity of even a fraction of a second. So they are cursing Brahma. But what kind of creator are you? You created such an eye which is obstructing a fraction of a second to see the darshan of the Lord. Gopis can curse, we cannot curse Brahma. Gopis can curse. Because they are in the transcendental, that is a transcendental Leela that is happening. Now, it is so amazing how Lord Vishnu, he is giving a shake hand to whom? To Brahma. So this is really an intimate relationship between the Lord and the devotee. And Prabhupada writes there are 5 kinds of relationships with the Lord. Here, humor, the word humor in this purport, the word humor means state. It's not joke or comic. Humor means what here? State of mind or state of that mood. So Lord Brahma is definitely situated in the humor, in the state of friendship with the Lord. Now, in these 5 types of rasas, as Prabhupada mentions, Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. Shanta means a neutral relationship. Just like the cows in Vrindavan, the trees in Vrindavan, flowers, they have a neutral relationship with the Lord. Any item you take, they have a relationship in the neutral form, in the neutral state with the Lord. Then comes Dasya. Dasya means servant, serving the Lord. For example, like Hanumanji, as Prabhupada quotes in the purport. That Hanumanji is in the mood of service, Dasya, right? Servant mode. Sakhya, friendship, like Krishna has many friends. Vatsalya, Krishna has parents like Nanda, Yashoda, and all elderly gopis. They are in the parental mode. And then Madhurya, the gopis of Vrindavan, Radharani, Ashtasakis, they are all in the Madhurya Bhav, which is the highest. So, in these relationships, as one goes higher and higher, the intimacy with the Lord increases. The intimacy with the Lord increases. Madhurya is the topmost intimacy with the Lord. Now, these 5 relationships also exist in this material world, but in a perverted, reflected way. These 5 relationships in the spiritual world are eternal and they are ever fresh, and they give the pleasure in that relationship is increasing and increasing. Whereas these relationships in this material world is temporary and it ends. It is the pleasure that we get in this relationship in this material world is limited, and sometimes it fires back also. Sometimes if it is too much, it fires back also. And these 5 relationships in this material world, they give anxiety, fear, and then that leads to lamentation also. For example, Shanta. Tell me some example where we have relationship, neutral relationship with some object in this world. Any object. Car, suppose you have a car. So what relationship? You have a neutral relationship. It's not a living entity. It's an object. So you have a neutral relationship. Now suppose your car is parked outside and you come inside. But you are taking darshan of the Lord, but what is there in your mind? Your car. Now, whether it is safe or not, whether someone is not scratching or not. When you are driving the car on the road, you have anxiety. Someone may kick from back, hit from back, or the side. You have anxiety to maintain the car, right? There is an expense involved, there is an anxiety involved in that. So, another example, we have a chapel. You just purchased today and came to temple. And you put your chapel outside. You come inside, you take darshan, you are taking darshan of the Lord sitting, but what is there in the mind? very costly chappal or shoes, let us say. What is there in the mind? Is that safe or not? See, this is the nature of the material. It's very natural. It's the nature of the material world to have anxiety towards anything that we possess. Dasya, servant. When will a servant works for you? When you pay them, otherwise they will not work. And like suppose a person is working in a company, an employee, he is working under his boss. So what is there in his mind? So he is working for money, he is not working to serve the boss. Right? It is, if the boss doesn't pay money, he will not work. That is the relationship is external in this world. And the servant is thinking, when will I become boss? The servant is thinking, when I will become boss. So it is only external. Then Sakya, friendship. Even the best friends in this world, they become the best enemies also. The time comes in such a way that the best friends also become like a best enemies in this world. Like once upon a time, India and Pakistan was one. But now it is a different country. And there is a high tension always in the border. That's how the material world is. When before Telangana came, everyone was saying, Jai Telangana, we're all Telangana. Now Telangana came. Within Telangana they are fighting. Right? So the material friendship, it is not permanent. Also, it has a different face also. Then Vatsalya, the parents and the children. This relationship, of course, it is said that the mother's love for the child is the purest form of love that you can see in this world. Just like how the Lord has love for the living entity, the pure love. So that we will see in this world only in mother's love for a child. But that also in this world is temporary, it ends with time. Then Madhurya, the husband-wife relationship, that also it ends with time. So basically speaking, these relationships in this material world, they are perverted. That means they end with time and they have their own nature wherein it gives anxiety, fear. So with Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we understand that we have an eternal relationship with the Lord in one of these 5 states or 5 types of relationships. These are 5 primary, there are even 7 secondary also. In the Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it comes. There are 7 more relationships that you can also have joke with the Lord in the mood of, humorous mood also you can have. There is chivalry where you can fight with the Lord. There is a relationship of horror. You have a horror relationship also with the Lord. See, all these things are there with the Lord, therefore they are there in the material world. There are people who like horror movies. Like there are movies on horror. So people like that. Why? Because such relationship is actually existing with Krishna in the spiritual world. So, but here you didn't find Krishna, you are having a relationship with a movie. And you are enjoying that horror relationship with a movie. So in that way, every relationship we have with Supreme Lord Krishna, in a purest form, in a healthy form, and eternal form. Here if you clearly see the statement of Brahma, he's expressing his heart to the Lord, and it shows that he is in a very humble mood. Like he's saying that I pray Lord, I pray to you that all this, the post that you have given me, the the work that you have given me, that seva that you have given me, it should not give rise to pride. So it's very natural in this world that if we get some post, position, we tend to become proud, right? We tend to become proud. There is a saying in this world that a pride is always a fall is always followed with a pride. And a person is pride, then what follows next is a fall. So here Brahma is teaching a great lesson. What is Brahma? He is the creator of the universe. Brahma stays in the 64th dimension. We only know 3 dimensions. We only know X, Y, Z. But what Brahma stays? Brahma stays in the 64th dimension, which you cannot even imagine. We can't go beyond 3 dimensions. Brahma stays in the 64th dimension. His body is made up of intelligence, not earth, water, fire, air, ether. Brahma's body is made up of intelligence. It's so great personality. Such a person is saying, my Lord, I pray to you that please, save me from this pride. I pray you that pride doesn't rise in me. Imagine, he's a creator. He's a creator of the universe. He's creating planets. He's creating different bodies. We get pride to see our own beauty, our own, this thing when we see in the mirror. But this is given by Brahma. Brahma has designed this. So how much pride he should have? But he is thinking that, my Lord, pride should not rise in my heart. Pride should not rise in my heart. In the Ramayana, there is a nice lesson that, when Vali and Sugriva, they fight. Lord Rama helps Sugriva to fight against Vali, right? And then Vali gets killed and Sugriva gets the kingdom. Now before Lord Rama helped Sugriva, what Sugriva said to Lord Ram? I will assist you, I will help you in finding Mother Sita, right? And you please help me in fighting with the Vali, to kill Vali. Now Vali was killed and Sugriva got the kingdom. And Sugriva with his wife and also the wife of Vali. So he was enjoying this kingdom. He got the kingdom now. Kingdom, queens, servants, soldiers. He is enjoying the kingdom. And he forgot the word that he has given to Lord Ram. So now he got that material position and he forgot the duty, the word that he has given to Lord Ram. And Lord Ram, and Lakshmana was becoming, angry. What this Sugriva is doing, he's just enjoying. He's not helping to find Mother Sita. It's been many months, many days it's been. And Lord Rama says, Lakshmana, don't become angry. Just go and tell him that the path in which Vali has gone, it is still open. The path in which Vali has gone, that is still open. You understand? Vali has gone in the path of death, so that door is still open. So you focus on your duty. So then he comes to his senses and then start helping for the Lord. So in this way, post, position, these things bring lot of name, fame, prestige, and it makes a person to think that he is the controller, he is the doer, he is the maintainer. He becomes like a dictator, like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu. So they are like the one who disregarded the presence of the Lord. Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, he did 100 celestial years tapasya, and he got so much power, almost immortal. With that, what happened? He tried to control. So much pride, so much arrogance. He tried to control the universe. But ultimately, he has to die. So therefore, the Brahma is praying that, my Lord, there should not be any pride in my heart. We see in the life of Prabhupada, very humbly he started Krishna consciousness movement in America and spread all over the world. But when a credit, when someone was giving credit to Prabhupada, but what Prabhupada did, it is all by the mercy of my spiritual master. It's the mercy of my spiritual master has sent all of you to assist me and to assist him in what mission he has given. To assist him, he had sent all of you to assist me to fulfill his mission. So therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says the greatest ornament for a devotee is this humbleness. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniyasa. In that state of mind only one can be fully Krishna conscious and chant the holy name of the Lord. Trinadapi, very humble. That is the ornament for a devotee, for a Vaishnava, that is the ornament. Now Prabhupada goes further saying that a pure devotee, he gives the example of Hanumanji, how Hanumanji crossed the Indian Ocean by jumping over the sea, and Lord Sri Ramchandra engaged himself in marching over the bridge. But this does not mean that Hanumanji was more powerful than the Lord. Sometimes the Lord gives extraordinary powers to his devotee, but the devotee knows always that the power belongs to the personality of Godhead and that the devotee is only an instrument. The pure devotee is never puffed up like the non-devotee class of men who falsely think that they are God. It is astonishing to see how a person who is being kicked by the loss of Lord's illusory energy at every step can falsely think of becoming one with the Lord. So there are two snares, two attacks of Maya. One is to lord over the material nature, to become the Lord, and to think that I am also equal to the Lord. These two are the biggest snares of Maya. So this kind of personal relationship that the Lord had established with the devotee, this we will find in other parts of Bhagavatam also. But the Lord being pleased with the devotee's austerity, penance, bhakti, the Lord reciprocates with the devotee. Could you remember any example where the Lord personally reciprocated? Just like here, the Lord did shake hand. I think this shake hand is nothing modern. The Lord has also done in the starting of creation. So it's okay to give shake hand to a friend. It's nothing modern. It's authorized in the Bhagavatam. Now we say Namaskar, we say Hare Krishna. But sometimes you can also give shake hand, just like the Lord is giving to Brahma. What are some other examples where the Lord personally reciprocated like this with being pleased with the devotee's penance? Yes, Prabhu. Very good. Karda Muni. Now, when Karda Muni, he performed tapasya, the Lord appeared being pleased with, and he cried seeing the austerity, seeing the bhakti, austerity of this Karda Muni. And he cried so much that tears formed a lake called Bindu Sarovar. It is still there in Gujarat. There's a place called Siddhapur. That place is still there, where they go for doing Pind Pradhan for mothers. For fathers they go to Gaya, and for mothers it is Siddhapur in Gujarat. It is still there. So the Lord becomes so pleased that he started crying. What else? Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj did tapasya how many days? 6 months. Very vigorous tapasya. By the end of 6 months, it is so that he is breathing the entire air, entire oxygen in the in the universe, and demigods are not getting air to breathe. That much severe tapasya he has done. And they go to the Lord and, my Lord, please come down and save. We are not getting oxygen. So Lord came, and Dhruva Maharaj was surprised, excited. He was so shocked. He was so surprised to see the beautiful form of the Lord. He was just stunned, electrified to see the beautiful form of the Lord, and he is not able to speak anything. And the Lord took his Panchajanyam, Shankha, and placed on the head of the Lord, and he started speaking. Dhruva Maharaj started speaking. So in this way, when a devotee performs tapasya, the Lord reciprocates. Prabhupada told many times in his lectures, in his conversations, many times he told, you can also see Krishna. By this pure devotional service, by performing pure devotional service, you can get to see the form of the Lord. In fact, you are actually seeing the form of the Lord in the temple, the Archa Vigraha, which is not different from the Lord, from the actual form of the Lord. So tapasya brings auspiciousness. Tapasya brings you to such a state where you become qualified to see the form of the Lord. So the human form of life is meant to do just austerity. There is one statement in scriptures. It says that the human form of life is just meant to serve others. It's just meant to serve. It is just meant to serve for the benefit of others. It is the human life is not meant for enjoyment, but it is meant to serve. It is meant to do austerity. So that gives so much auspiciousness, so much blessing that even you get to see the Lord personally, face to face. If we don't do austerity, we fall prey to the pleasures of this world. Austerity is the thing which saves. Getting up early in the morning. What is a simple austerity for us in this age of Kali Yuga? Just get up early in the morning, come to temple, attend Mangalarti, be in the temple 2 hours and chant. If possible, sit at one place and chant. That is an austerity. And that gives so much energy, so much spiritual energy it gives. Austerity gives lot of energy. All these sadhus, all these who do tapasya in Himalayas, what do? They are doing austerity. They also left their families, they also left the social life, they are into caves and forests, they are also doing austerity, but for what? They are doing austerity to get some siddhis, some mystical powers, so that they can mesmerize the people and get some money or get some name, fame. That is not for pleasing the Lord. That is not austerity for transcendental realization. That is for material enjoyment. People have, in Mumbai, I was in Mumbai for a few years. Morning they go, evening they come, and how they go? They go in local trains, jam-packed. It is an austerity. Standing for hours and hours, traveling in trains, going for workstation, working for many hours, and coming back, it is an austerity. But for what? Getting some material enjoyment. But here, the austerity is to please the Lord. Like we do austerity, for example, on the day of Janmashtami or any festival, we do fasting, that's an austerity. So that we give more time for devotional activities. So austerity purifies. Austerity purifies the mind, purifies the speech, purifies the body. And the body is purified, mind is purified, the speech is purified. Then what? Then we are spiritualized. And the body becomes spiritualized. Krishna speaks in detail about austerity of the mind, austerity of the speech, austerity of the body. These things are pavanani manishinaha. It purifies, it makes the person pure. It purifies a person. And at the same time, austerity sometimes and many times it brings pride. And from this shloka, from Brahma's statement, we understand that we should always pray to the Lord that pride should not come in us. We should always be humble, serving the acharyas, serving the devotees. So in that mode, we have to perform devotional service. Austerity in devotional service. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Any questions? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such amazing class. So you had told about that perverted reflection of the 5 rasas that are there, and you explained each one of them with the example. And you told that how they cause fear, lamentation, and anxiety. But we also see the same thing in the spiritual world also. Yashoda Maya case or the gopis are always in lamentation, always crying for Krishna. We see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's wife, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, she was crying. So many people ask this thing, that after becoming devotee also we are lamenting fear and anxiety. So what is different between that fear, lament and anxiety and the fear, lament, anxiety in this relationship?
So when Krishna performed Leela in this, that is in this material world, when Krishna appeared in this material world, so he had a parakiya ras. That means it's a parakiya bhav, parakiya ras. So he left Vrindavan to increase the attachment of the gopis towards Krishna. He left Vrindavan. He went to Mathura, then Dwarka. When the gopis started, Radharani, gopis, they started crying, they started in so much separation, they are in so much separation from the Lord, that had even increased their intimacy with the Lord. So it's a different pastime. That is not there in the spiritual world. Krishna did not leave, he doesn't leave them, he's always with them. He's always with Radharani, he's always with Sakhis, gopis. That is there only in the material world. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he also left house, he went out, but for what? He took sannyas, he went out for preaching. In spiritual world there is no preaching, everyone is devotee only there. Mahaprabhu is also doing kirtan there with his devotees. That is only in this material world. In the spiritual world there is only joy.
It's also said, we heard that devotional service in separation is more blissful than devotional service association. Like that also, something. In separation they were becoming more blissful as compared to in association with Krishna.
Blissful, see, devotional service is blissful. Okay. Now, just like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he was practically demonstrating how to do devotional service. But he was crying. Why he was crying? Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was crying? He was crying for, he's crying for the attention of the Lord. He's teaching us, to get the attention of the Lord. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is what? It is just like a baby's cry for the attention of her, for the mother. Baby wants mother's attention and she is crying. So this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is actually like a cry of a baby. We want the attention of the Lord. Lord, please see me. Radha Krishna, please see. Please be merciful unto me. Please look at me. I'm fallen soul. I'm stuck here. Please lift me. So now, in the material world, because the jiva has forgotten the Lord, the jiva has forgotten the Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach that we are in separation, just like Krishna left Vrindavan and all the gopis, they are crying in separation. Krishna is not with them, no more. So now, when we realize that we are part and parcel of Krishna, we are in this world, we have forgotten the Lord, we have forgotten the relationship with the Lord. To regain that, we have to cry like that. We have to cry, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught, cry for Krishna. His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj also says, you have to cry for Krishna, then only you will get it. You will get Krishna only if you cry. Once you get Krishna, then it is blissful. Even that cry itself is also, for you it is cry, but for one who is crying, for him it is not cry. He is only remembering the Lord. Of course, there is a pain that there is, Lord is not with me. So that intense feeling is there, that intense thinking of the Lord, that intense feeling that he wants to go into the association of the Lord, that is there. But certainly once he attains that, then that is always blissful. So it is a process to attain that blissful state. It is a process to attain that blissful state.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, yes.
Now our enjoyment now is towards material objects. No, I want this, I want that, I want money, I want property, this, that. That is our enjoyment. If that is there, we are happy. If that is not there, we are crying. Similarly, in the spiritual world, if Krishna is there, happy. If Krishna is not there, crying. Here, if you don't have money, you are crying. Spiritual, if you don't have Krishna, they will cry. There is a difference, no? In that cry and this cry. And here, this enjoyment is different, that enjoyment is different. So, it's like that.
And when in association of Krishna also, we see Yashodama in anxiety to take care of Krishna. Where Krishna is there, he has taken food or not. Or that anxiety, how will understand?
So that is a spiritual anxiety. That is not material anxiety. That is a spiritual anxiety. That is not material. That is spiritual. Here there is a fear of death. Now what will happen? There is a fear of death, no, in this world. Fear of death. In spiritual world there is no fear of death. There is anxiety is there, but there is no I will die. That is not there, because it is spiritual world. The body is not different. It is the soul. There is no body and soul difference. So there is an anxiety. Oh, Krishna has not eaten, so let me give something. But the anxiety is there, but there is no fear. That's a spiritual anxiety, but not fear. Here there is anxiety, there is fear, there is stress, lamentation, depression, hundreds of things. And which are harmful. Any other questions? Hare Krishna. Granthiraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
He is